Oh no! YouTube! Afghanistan, this is beyond bad. What is up there, YouTube? This is a J-Man Time, and today I have a video update on the current situation in Afghanistan. And the situation has gone from bad to worse in just the last week. In just the last 7 days, the Taliban have captured at least 4 entire provinces, or at least 4 provincial capitals, and at least 2 entire provinces from the Afghan government. And a 5th province is about to fall. This is just beyond insane. We are watching this in real time. Now this week, the Taliban took their first provincial capital, the capital city of Zaranj in Nimruz Province. The city had a population of 49,000 people and was the largest city in Nimruz Province. The Taliban took it after just a few hours of fighting the Afghan forces. The Afghan forces had to flee along with about 20,000 civilians. So about 29,000 civilians are still living in the provincial capital city of Zaranj as of now. One day later, the Taliban took over the provincial capital city of Sheberghan in Jowzjan Province. Now this city has a population of 175,000 people. It was the former stronghold of the famous Afghan warlord known as Abdul Rashid Dostum, who fought the Taliban during the first Afghan civil war of 1996 through 2001. Now he has lost his provincial capital, Sheberghan, and he has lost the entire province of Jowzjan. This entire province has been taken over by the Taliban. There's not a single area in this province that is still under Afghan army control. The Taliban also took the entire province of Nimruz on the same day, taking the last stronghold along the Afghan-Iran border. They also captured the Nimruz Dam, which was the largest dam in the province. So the entire province of Nimruz and the entire province of Jowzjan has been taken over by the Taliban. So the Taliban now fully control 2 entire provinces. And it only gets worse. In just the last 24 hours, the Taliban captured 2 more provincial capitals. The capital city of Kunduz in Kunduz Province, with a population of over 370,000 people. And they also captured the provincial capital city of Sar-e Pol in the province of Sar-e Pol, which had a population, or has a population, of over 50,000 people. Both provinces were captured literally just 6 hours apart. Both provincial capitals were captured just 6 hours apart. It's insane how fast this is happening, YouTube. Insane. Now in Kunduz Province, the Afghan government still controls at least about 5 to 8 villages, plus the Kunduz airport and the Kunduz military airport. But outside of this, everything in the province, in the Kunduz Province, is now under Taliban control. In Sar-e Pol Province, everything in this province is now almost completely controlled by the Taliban. The Afghan National Army only controls just a meager 12 villages in the entire province of Sar-e Pol Province. The capital city fell to just today, only a few hours ago. In just a few hours of fighting, the Taliban managed to take over the entire city with a population of over 50,000 people. It's insane how fast this is happening. And the situation has gotten even worse. At least 4 more provincial capitals are on the verge of collapse. The city of Lashkargah in Helmand Province is almost completely taken by the Taliban. All that's left is a few government buildings and at least 1 or 2 districts that are still under Afghan army control, along with the Lashkargah Air Base. But most of the city, about 80 to 90% of Lashkargah city, has been taken. And this is the provincial capital city of Helmand Province. And as a result of this, the Afghan army only control a meager 3, count them, 3 areas outside of Lashkargah. 1 large military base known as Camp Sheberghan, along with 2 small villages scattered throughout the province. The rest of Helmand Province, like 99%, or at least 98% of Helmand Province, is now under Taliban control. This province will fall within the next 48 to 72 hours. The Afghan National Army is trying their hardest to recapture the city. They still control the airport in the city, and they're still flying in reinforcements, but the Taliban outnumbers them like 4-1 in the city. So expect Lashkargah to fall at any moment now. The situation in other provinces is no better. In the province of Zabul, the provincial capital city of Qualat, along with at least 2 villages and the main air base, are now besieged by the Taliban. The Taliban have taken every other town, village, and military checkpoint in Zabul province, leaving only the provincial capital city itself, along with the airport and just 1 village, at least 2 villages, and 1 army checkpoint as the only areas that the Afghan government controls in Zabul province. The situation is no better in the province of Uruzgan Province. In the province of Uruzgan, there is only the city, the provincial capital city of Tarin still under the Afghan government's control, along with the air base in the city. Outside of the city, everything else in the province, every city, army checkpoint, and even the dams and rivers are now controlled by the Taliban. What a nightmare. How do you even get out of the city? There's no way in and out of the city of Tarin. The entire province is literally under the Taliban. So if you're in the provincial capital city of Tarin in Uruzgan Province, you're basically screwed. There's nowhere to escape the Taliban. The situation is no better in Tachar Province. In Tachar Province, the Taliban took over the provincial capital city. The city of Taloqan has been taken over by the Taliban. The Afghan government only controls 3 villages and 1 air base in the province and Tachar Province, and the province of Badghis. In this province, the Taliban controls at least 95 to 97% of the province. The only thing left is the provincial capital city of Faizabad and the air base at the city of Koran Wad Mojan and the village of Kowan Mad Mojan, which is right next to the air base. Outside of these 2 areas, everything in this province is under the control of the Taliban. If the Taliban wanted to at any minute or at any day now, they can literally just take over these areas within 48 hours, and the Afghan government would have no control in Badghis province. So this situation in Afghanistan has gotten beyond the control of the Afghan government. And it's not the only province. There's other provinces that are about to fall within the next few days or maybe the next week or so. In the province of Farah, which is right on the border with Iran, in this province, the provincial capital city, Farah, and the main airport / military airport, the Farah Air Base, is almost completely surrounded. There's only the provincial capital city and 3 small villages left in the entire province that are under the Afghan army's control. Every other town and village in this province and every other river and dam system are now under the Taliban's control. So any day now, the Taliban could assault this area just like they did Kunduz and the other areas and take it within at least a day or so. This is beyond bad. The situation is no better in neighboring Herat Province. In Herat Province, only the provincial capital city and a few small villages, along with the main air base, are one of only 2 areas in the entire province that are under the government's control. The situation is even worse further south in the same province of Herat. Further south near the southern border, you have the Shindand Air Base, which is one of the largest air bases in the country. It is an air base that is jointly controlled by both the Afghan National Air Force and some NATO troops from the US and a few other countries. And this air base is now completely surrounded. It was once adjacent to the town of Shindand, but the town of Shindand has now been taken over by the Taliban, along with all of these surrounding villages, leaving the air base itself, along with 1 or 2 small villages, as the only areas in the south of Herat that are not under Taliban control. Everywhere else in the province has been captured, with the exception of the capital city of Herat and a few villages and the main air base around the capital city of this province, Herat Province. And then you have the situation in Badghis Province. In Badghis Province, only the provincial capital city and about 6 or 7 villages are still under the Afghan government and tribal militias' control. Everything outside of these areas and every other town and village in the province is now controlled by the Taliban. So Badghis province could fall any day now. And the situation in the neighboring province is no better. It's even worse than Badghis province. In the province of Faryab province, the situation is beyond critical. The provincial capital city of Maya Mana, along with 2 villages, are the only area in the Faryab province that is under the Afghan army's control. Every other town and village outside of this area is either under the Taliban's control or under control of one of the allied militias or jihadi groups that is fighting alongside the Taliban. So the situation in Afghanistan has gone critical. It's gotten to the point now where the Afghan government can lose control of entire provinces and provincial capitals in just a matter of days. At the rate that they're going, I highly doubt the Afghan government will still be here in the next year or so. So what do you all think of this? Please tell me in the comment section below. If you ask me personally, this is the point where the Afghan government should start paying mercenaries and private armies to come help them with this situation, because clearly there's almost nothing they can do on their own to recapture these areas. They should probably hire some mercenaries or soldiers from the neighboring countries, maybe Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, maybe Iran or Pakistan or China, maybe India. Hell, they can hire mercenaries from as far away as Europe, maybe from Serbia or Bosnia or Herzegovina. Somewhere, they need some help. If they don't get the help they need, these areas are going to fall very quickly. So what do you all think of this? Please tell me in the comment section below, and until next time, this was a J-Man Time signing off.